Sanwo-Olu Army Defense Chiefs unveiled TA Lagbaja cantonment in Ikeja. Nigeria reaffirms commitment to global economic stability. And the front in Ukrainian leader Zelensky, US president clash as minerals deal collapses. And in sports, Nigerian international Leon Balogun returns to training ahead Rangers versus Motherwell match. And now the details. I am Mike James. Legacy Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has unveiled the TA Lagbaja cantonment in memory of the immediate past Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Abiodun Lagbaja. This coincided with the commemoration of his 57th birthday posthumously yesterday. The event had in attendance Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, Lagbaja's widow, Mrs. Maria Lagbaja, other top military officers, soldiers, traditional rulers, corps members, among others. Governor Sanwo-Olu extolled the late Lagbaja's dedication to Nigeria's security, leadership in counter-terrorism efforts, and unwavering commitments to professionalism in the Nigerian Army. The governor stressed the need for security personnel to be celebrated for their sacrifice and service to Nigeria.
And I'm sure you know that.
Apologies for that mix-up there. Earlier, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, paid tribute to the late Lagbaja for his service to the Nigerian Army and Nigeria at large, especially during his tenure as the Chief of Army Staff. Trees were planted in front of the newly constructed and commissioned entrance gate of the TA Lagbaja cantonment, formerly known as Ikeja Military Cantonment, in the Maryland area of Lagos. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged residents of the state to live harmoniously, irrespective of religious affiliations. Governor Sanwo-Olu made the call during the State House 2025 special Ramadan prayer with the theme, "My Lord, indeed I am whatever good you would send me in need," drawn from Quran chapter 28 verse 24. The governor enjoined Muslim faithful to pray for peace of the state and imbibe the lessons of Ramadan in accordance to the ideals of Holy Prophet Muhammad.
And I'm sure you know that it's an holy month in which there's a lot of things that comes with it. There's a lot of sacrifice, there's a lot of denial, and we can let all our prayers be acceptable. It's a month in which we know that all of our needs, all of our cries, is always a time in which we need to reference, with our Almighty. And it shall be well with all of us.
Commissioner for Home Affairs Ibrahim Layade urged Muslim faithfuls to shun practices that will deprive them from the blessings of Ramadan, embrace tolerance and love for all regardless of religion. Prayers were offered for President Bola Tinubu, Governor Sanwo-Olu and the Fats family, Deputy Governor and his family, the State Executive Council, the Speaker and Legislative Arm, Chief Judge and Judiciary, Head of Service, the Public Service and all Lagosians. The high point of the event was the recitation of the Holy Quran in Arabic and English. Justice Yetunde Fiherio of the Lagos State High Court, Ikeja, has adjourned all pending applications in the lawsuit filed by former Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, against the House to March 7. Obasa dragged the Assembly to court, challenging what he described as his unlawful removal from office. The lawsuit, filed on February 14, 2025, also names the current Speaker, Mojisola Miranda, as a defendant. Meanwhile, Speaker of the House, Mojisola Miranda, has condemned the alleged breaking into her office by the former Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, saying it is a serious issue. While speaking with journalists in the court's premises in Ikeja, Miranda urged that the ongoing legal battle be allowed to run its course. Miranda said Obasa has the right to still make appearance in the Assembly complex as he is still part of the Lagos State House of Assembly. She reacts to Thursday's sit-in presided over by the former speaker.
To me, that was just a show of shame because in our job, we have numbers that form quorum. So if you are sitting with 3 or 4 members, you're only doing theater.
Also speaking, Chairman House Committee on Information, Security and Strategy, Stephen Ogundikbe, reassured Lagosians that the Assembly remains committed to upholding the law and serving the people.
But just let's assure Lagosians that we are still committed to our party. We are still committed to our leadership. And we are still committed to serving the people of Lagos State. And that is what is more important. And we want to assure them that we are very law-abiding.
And that was the chairman, Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Information, Security and Strategy, Stephen Ogundikbe. Lagos State government has urged residents of Lagos Island to cooperate with the present administration in its commitment to ensuring urban regeneration, reconstruction, renewal, rehabilitation and reconstruction of road projects and drainage channels in the area. Special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, stated this at a stakeholders meeting of Idumagbo Avenue, Ojo Giwa, Oroyi, Moshalashi, Okoya Streets and Adeniji Adele Road in Lagos Island local government area. Daramola said no fewer than 15 road projects will be embarked upon in collaboration with the Office of the Special Advisor on Enterprise, Geographic Information Service, EGIS, and Urban Development, Olajide Babatunde, and relevant ministries in the state.
You can recall that Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in the past has done Okekpoko, Takpa, and a part of Adeniji Adele, which is in line with our Themes Plus agenda. However, we need to continue to improve our connectivity within the axis and most importantly, abate the issue of flood, regeneration as well. With government's good intentions towards improving the socioeconomic value of this area. So all we are asking for is maximum cooperation. Cooperation in all forms of it.
On his part, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Infrastructure, Lateef Shumide, said the stakeholders meeting was convened as part of the state government efforts to foster inclusive governance in Lagos Island, which is a commercial center, as well as the flood in the area in line with the Themes Plus agenda of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration, as works commence on the road project, which would have social impacts, reduce travel time, among other benefits. Also speaking, Permanent Secretary, Office of Drainage Service, Mahmood Adigbite, urged residents to cooperate with the state government to enhance the aesthetic value, improve the drainage channels, and ensure they have septic tanks in their houses, imbibe proper waste disposal. Stakeholders at the event urged the state government to build recreational centers in the axis, work more on removing illegal structures, ensure compliance of environmental laws, restating their support for the state government in its bid to make the area livable and conducive for residents. And over to the rest of the stories. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to global economic stability, sustainable development, and financial resilience. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, made this pledge during a meeting with international financial leaders at the G20 Finance Ministries and Central Bank Governors meeting in Cape Town, South Africa. Edu engaged in discussions with global financial experts on key issues, including strengthening macroeconomic cooperation, mobilizing investment for sustainable growth, and enhancing financial support for developing economies. His participation at the summit reflects Nigeria's proactive role in shaping global economic policies that promote inclusive prosperity and reinforce the country's position in the global economy. The government noted that by championing global economic stability and sustainable development, Nigeria aims to leverage international cooperation and expertise to drive economic growth and financial stability in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu's administration. No fewer than 10,000 vulnerable children in public primary schools have been enrolled into the health insurance scheme under the Oyo State Health Insurance Agency, OISHA. Governor Sheyi Makinde, who was represented by the Deputy Governor Abdul Rahim Lawal, presented the health insurance identity cards to beneficiaries at the flag off of the Public Primary Pupils Health Insurance Scheme held at the Ibadan Civic Center, Ibadan. The pupils were drawn from 90 schools across 18 of the 33 local government areas of the state. And according to the governor, the initiative is to reach 10,000 pupils, and currently 90 public schools have been reached in Oyo State. And now to foreign news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has clashed with United States President Donald Trump and Vice President James Vance in extraordinary exchanges in the Oval Office. Trump bluntly accused Zelensky of gambling with World War III, while Zelensky said there should be no compromises with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The much-anticipated minerals deal was not signed. Zelensky later told the press that the spat with Trump was not good for both sides, but he thought the relationship could go forward. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has spoken with both leaders ahead of hosting a summit of European leaders in London. And now sports news. Nigerian international Leon Balogun is in line to make his return for Rangers against Motherwell today following a spell on the sidelines with injury. Balogun sustained an injury in Rangers' UEFA Europa League clash with Manchester United at Old Trafford last month and was replaced after the break by Ross McCausland. The 36-year-old has scored once in 13 league appearances for the Light Blues this season. Rangers interim manager Barry Ferguson has provided a positive injury update on the experienced centre-back ahead of the clash with Motherwell. And that was our news at 10, but just before we go, speed thrills but kills. Please do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. I can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get details on the Legacy Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has unveiled the T.A. Lagbaja Cantonment in memory of the immediate past Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tawhid Abiodun Lagbaja. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to global economic stability, sustainable development, and financial resilience. We also told you that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has clashed with United States President Donald Trump and Vice President James Vance in extraordinary exchanges in the Oval Office. Meanwhile, the much-anticipated minerals deal was not signed. And in sports, Nigerian international Leon Balogun is in line to make his return for Rangers against Motherwell today, following a spell on the sidelines with injury. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesua Ejoyaka. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good morning.
Don't you think